What is going on, beautiful world? The sun is shining, the birds are chirping. It's your boy FILI back again with another episode of Stylesbyfili. On this episode right here, it's a very special one because I had the Fear of God community reach out to me and basically asked me to do a review in regards to these two brands, and that is Fear of God and RRR-123. So on this episode, I'm going to talk about the colorways, the different drops that came out. Going to talk about the details, sizing, in case you're trying to buy, because obviously now it's on the resale market. And like always, we're going to put some dope outfits together. So with that being said, you know what time it is. Let's do this. I found my way, mission accomplished. I got it, not far from afraid. Can nothing haunt me? Confident on my life is great. Can nothing stop me? Don't count me out, ain't got no ways. Ain't stuff for nothing. I found my route. What it do, beautiful world? You know, we back again. And just before I start, I just gotta let you know, make sure you subscribe and hit that alert button to make sure that, you know, when your boy FILI, he be dropping some new fire on the way. So let's get started with today's episode. Today's episode is a special one because we're gonna shed light on this Fear of God RRR-123 collaboration, or this RRR-123 Fear of God collaboration. Now, the Fear of God community has been asking me to do a review because they know I've practically got all the pieces, with the exception of maybe like 3, I think, just because we know they're a little bit repetitive with the same print and stuff like that. This video right here, you may want to sit down. It's gonna be a long one just for the simple fact that I'm gonna give you guys details. I'm gonna talk about the colorways, and I'm also gonna talk about, you know, things to look out for, because they haven't been bootlegged. They have been being bootlegged, and I don't want you guys to cop something fake at the end of the day. So first off, I'm going to talk about the first drop collaboration that they did, and it's regarding the Witness long sleeve as well as the black hoodie. So first off, we have this right here. Bam. This is the Witness long sleeve. Some people call this a cream colorway. Some people call it a white colorway. I call this an off-white colorway. I don't know exactly what the colorway is called because when this first dropped, I did not purchase it. I was on the fence about it just due to the price point. But now having it in hand, I did buy this aftermarket, so resale, for a decent price. I mean, I wasn't mad at it. Still in good condition, great condition, and I did get this in a size 2. So to speak a little bit in regards to sizing, Rivington usually does sizings between 1 to 3. I don't think he's done a 4, which could be an extra large, but usually 1 to 3 means 1 is, I believe, extra small, 2 is small medium, and 3 is medium large. From my understanding, I could be wrong, correct me if I'm wrong. Knowing that this could be, the 2 is a medium, I always go for a 2 with all these pieces. And to be honest, I haven't had any complaints about it because they fit perfectly fine, with the exception of one piece, I believe. But I'll get into that in a bit. So on this first, the Witness long sleeve, very detailed. As you can tell, it has all screen press. In regards to the design, it's really cool. In the front, it says the Witness, very detailed. It's very thick. The quality of the long sleeve, I must say, I was surprised. It's not your typical long sleeve. It is a more heavyweight long sleeve than, you know, anything else that I've practically bought. Very detailed on the sleeves as well. It has the screen print with the triple R's on the side, which is really cool. It gives it a different effect. I've never had anything that had a print on the long sleeve. It's so big, to be honest. I like it. I think it gives it a vibe. If you look at the back of the long sleeve, it has designed before time, 123 Fear of God, created to be chosen. You know, really dope concept in regards to the long sleeve. In regards to things to look out for when it comes to this long sleeve, you want to see the details here at the very bottom. Majority of the RIVINGTON Roi Rebis tags in regards to the long sleeves, or maybe sometimes even inside the hoodies, you'll always come across this tag that says, "Outside of the garden, we shall all be clothed by RIVINGTON Roi Rebis. Behold, I am coming as a thief. Blessed is he who watches and keep his garments, lest he walk naked and they see his name." Revelation 16:15. How do you pronounce this again? Gethsemane. What? Gethsemane. Los Angeles, California 123. I have a hard time pronouncing that. My apologies though. As you can see right here, it has the 2 label underneath the shirt. It's stitched underneath. It comes out a little bit. I think it gives it a cool effect. To be honest, when I first saw this, I actually really like this. It caught my attention. It was just different. It's just one of those accents that just popped. Regarding labeling and take care of tags or care for tags, there is nothing inside besides this medium tag or M tag inside. You won't see anything else. And that's pretty much it for the tags. That's all you'll see on this. I like this because you can actually layer this over a hoodie. I have layered this with my Buttercream Essentials hoodie, and it looks really clean. So I think this is worth the purchase. Again, I purchased majority of this collaboration, so you're gonna hear me say that redundant throughout the whole video. Next up, I want to talk about this black hoodie, the Witness black hoodie. Very similar print as the first long sleeve. It does say witnessing the 123 fear God in the front, and then in the back it just has plain and simple 123 fear God. I like this because it's nice and simple, and you know, just seeing these two brands, you know, have this big print on the back is really dope. It makes great for pictures, and every time I wear this hoodie, believe it or not, I get crazy amounts of compliments, and people are always asking me what am I wearing. But who knows, they always find this hoodie intriguing, especially the fact that it says fear of God and says witnessing the 123. Now in regards to the hoodie, I will say this: they do have a tag inside, and the tag inside by the back of the neck, it says 123, and then it says RIVINGTON Roi Rebis, handmade garments, Los Angeles, California. All right, stitched in tags. It has another tag right underneath here, which is again the sizing tag. It has the 2. I got this in the size 2 for the black hoodie. Size 2 is a medium, and it fits perfectly fine on me. And then it has another tag that caught my attention the very first time I got this. So I was kind of on the fence when I first got this because I didn't know if I bought something fake or not, because I've never owned any of these pieces. I've only owned Fear of God pieces, whether it's mainline or essentials. I've never owned anything RRR-123. So when I got this hoodie, I got this tag that said, well, the tag inside said, a hoodie by Identity Trade for RIVINGTON Roi Rebis. And then on the other side, it said Identity Trade, and it has basically the care for tag, which it says, you know, dry clean only, do not bleach, do not wash. And it said handmade in Los Angeles. And it also had this small tag that said 2X. So I don't know what the 2X is about, but it doesn't fit like a extra large. Now, I did my research a little bit in regards to what this meant. And from what I noticed is that it looks like this company called Identity Trade, I don't know if they created the design or this is their design. I have no idea what it is. But based on the label itself saying a hoodie by Identity Trade for RIVINGTON Roi Rebis, I'm assuming that they had created this hoodie. It could be their design or not. And basically, it's a collaborative work for these two major brands like RIVINGTON and Fear of God. Now, that's pretty cool because looking at this now, this hoodie seems like it's a 3-way collaboration. And I say it's a 3-way collaboration because when I did some deep dive and I noticed that Identity Trade has their own Instagram and they have some garments on there themselves. Now, I don't know if Identity Trade is a manufacturing company but it looks like it's more like a brand themselves. And noticing what they do or realizing what they do, I noticed that they create different, like they design their own garments. I can't say I've seen them put out a full line yet, but everything that I've seen thus far, especially on their Instagram account, looks really, really dope. I like it. It seems like they're gonna be the next wave, and I'm looking forward to see what other, you know, pieces they do come out with, and hopefully we get to see a first drop with a bunch of lines, unless they've done that already. I do apologize if they've done that already, but again, it's new to me. RIVINGTON is new to me as well, in the sense that we don't really see much of this up north, basically Canada. It might be something bigger within the States, especially California, seeing that it's a Cali brand. But up north, we're just starting to get wind of this right now. One thing I'll definitely say, if it is handmade, I would definitely say that all these garments in regards to Rivington, and from what I noticed and read on, is that they all come with their own special, I guess in a sense, defects. So each garment may be a slightly different. It's not like it's fully mass produced and everything's gonna be with precision cut and sewing and everything. And that's what I love about this. And one of the things I would definitely say is, like, to give an example, is my hoodie right here. My hoodie does not lay, it doesn't have that proper, you know, like, it doesn't go in a circular motion quite well. Like, there's this part of the hoodie that just folds differently. It doesn't look right, but I like it. It gives it its own character. I'd be wearing this all the time, like I said. So if you're looking to cop this, I believe when this first dropped, it might have been around $650, and the long sleeve might have been around $425, $450. I don't remember. I don't remember the prices, to be honest, but it was around that ballpark figure. And now resale, I know they go for over $1,000, over $1,500 for the hoodie. Actually, it might be even $2,000 US for the hoodie, and the long sleeve alone is going for like $1,000. So yes, I think it's a must cop. You like it. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention in regards to this hoodie, it is very heavy and it's terry cloth as well. Another thing I forgot to mention actually is the fact that it's not just your regular hoodie, that you know, it does have a kangaroo pouch, but it's concealed. It's inside, which I find amazing. Like, I can't say I've ever come across a hoodie like this before where it had a concealed pouch. I mean, I have had crew necks and stuff that have side pockets, but they end. This has a full kangaroo pouch and it's concealed, and you, like, again, it's all the way through, as you can see right here. You know, pretty much it, right? I like that, which gives it a better aesthetic for the print to just lay straight all the way to the bottom. Another thing I like about this is that bottom of the hemming portion, it's very thick, and you could actually tuck this in to give it a crop look. So this hoodie has so many multi-purposes. It's crazy how you can style this. You know, you can have it cropped, you can, you know, put this down and make sure it hangs a little bit lower and it looks longer. I think it's a dope hoodie in general. So must cop, I must say. Now we're gonna move on to the second drop of the Fear of God RRR-123 label collaboration. Now at this point, I do want to bring up something that this is my theory in regards to this collaboration. So we've seen a lot of brands collaborate lately. My best example to talk about my theory right now is that I believe that in some pieces there was more Rivington, how do I say it, design onto the garments than it was, I would say, Fear of God perception to it. And then with the second drop, I would say it's more Fear of God than it was RRR-123. My best example to talk about that is, I don't know if you guys remember that Gucci Balenciaga collaboration. Now, if you do remember that Gucci Balenciaga collaboration, it was a very interesting one, because in case you didn't notice, you had Balenciaga by Gucci, and then you had Gucci by Balenciaga. Two different things. So Balenciaga by Gucci was basically Balenciaga taking, you know, designs and, you know, materials or different prints from Gucci, but putting their Balenciaga aesthetics to it. That's what they did. So that was only sold in a Balenciaga store. Now, when you had the Gucci by Balenciaga, it was basically, you know, things that Balenciaga had dropped with all Gucci print, like the very thick soles. I forgot to call the triple S's, I believe that's what they're called, with the Gucci prints all over. So anything that Balenciaga had made design-wise, Gucci took and put their printing on it, and vice versa. So it was two different things completely. So I feel that now with the first drop was Rivington, so RRR-123 label, and Fear of God. More Rivington than it was Fear of God. And now with this second drop, it was more Fear of God than it was Rivington. Reason why I say that is because of the different details and aesthetics on this shirt alone. Now, I got the long sleeve. For the second drop, you only had two pieces that came out. It was the long sleeve as well as I believe it was the crew neck. Now the colorway on the long sleeve and the crew neck there, it's called the Light of the World. I believe this is called the Light of the World too, just because I believe that's what it was just called. In the front here it says Jesus is the light of the world. It has Jesus on the cross, obviously. It has very thick print, by the way. It has Fear of God across. It has RIVINGTON Roi Rebis at the bottom, and behind here too it says 123. Again, it has that Rivington label in the front that says outside of the garden we shall all be chosen by RIVINGTON Roi Rebis. At the very bottom it has again the sizing label, that dope sizing label that just comes out a little bit, that gives a different aesthetic. I got a size 3 in this long sleeve because shout out to my boy JM who actually sold me this at retail. Appreciate that, brother. He told me to go with the size 3 because this long sleeve did run smaller than the Witness long sleeve, and he was right about that. Interesting thing about this long sleeve is that it's an inside out long sleeve, so it did fit a little bit different. My shoulders, the shoulder area did fit stick out a little bit more, and said that's due to the stitching. So it looked like I had like, you know, shoulder pads and looked like a football player, but nonetheless I think through wear and tear it would just keep dropping down my shoulder. Keep in mind that I could always wear this inside out, and I have, and it's pretty cool because like there's no print on the inside, but you can tell there's a print, so there's a subtleness and this mysterious print underneath. Now inside it does have a one care for tag, and it says 100% cotton, machine wash cold, do not bleach, tumble dry low, warm iron, made in the USA. Now the reason why I say this is more of a Fear of God than RRR-123 collaboration or piece is because typically I've seen these kind of tags on Fear of God mainline pieces. Going back to the prints, it has your RRR-123 along the side. It looks like it's like this denim color, which is pretty awesome. Again, these prints are really, really thick. One thing I'll definitely say too is that this was my first purchase in regards to the collaborations between Rivington and Jerry Lorenzo, and this long sleeve is really, really thick. I like it. I mean, you could wear it in the summer. It will be a bit hot, but I think it's just in general an all-purpose long sleeve. Now, when we go to the back of the long sleeve, you have the Fear of God tag in that leather tag that he's been putting on his 7th collection pieces. And this is what makes me think this is more of a Jerry Lorenzo Fear of God collaboration with Rivington as opposed to a Rivington by Fear of God Jerry Lorenzo collaboration, because the very first pieces that I showed you for the first collaboration, they didn't have anything that would remind you of Fear of God besides just the branding and the name. This right here has certain tags, especially this leather tag on the back lower collar. It also has the whole gospel for the world 123, all heavy print. I've worn this quite a bit. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll see that I've worn this a few times. I put a lot of dope fits with this together. I get a compliments on this. It's very, very loud in a nice way. I've actually worn this to like a club, and you should see how this thing shines under black light. People probably think I'm trying to preach the gospel, not realizing I'm just trying to look fly, to be honest. So this was worth it. I believe this, when it came out, it was roughly around $500 and I want to say $45, something like that, USD. I know the crew neck went for a little bit more, roughly around $800 or $750. Now, if anyone's out there and they have the crew neck in a size 2, please holler at me. I would like the crew neck. I know it's the same print, but the crew neck does fit different. I'll be willing to pay a decent price. Let's talk about it. But dope piece. Going on to the third drop between Fear of God and Rivington, or Rivington and Fear of God. Going back to my theory, I believe that the third drop was more of a RRR-123 collaboration with Fear of God as opposed to a Fear of God collaboration with RRR-123. Simple reason was because there's not much Fear of God branding on it besides the print on the name. And this drop, it was really interesting because they dropped a few items. They dropped 3 items, which is one of them right here, which is the hoodie, and they also dropped the long sleeve. Now, I don't know what the colorway for this would be what it's called. I believe this is called an ivory, very similar to what we had in regards to the other two pieces, like the long sleeve, two long sleeves that I previously showed, except they are different tones of, I don't know, cream or off-white, if you want to call them. This piece is very, like, the fit on this hoodie is very similar to the Witness hoodie in black, but the materials are completely different. This is a very heavy cotton, and if you see inside, you can tell how thick the cotton is, which is really dope. Again, it has that concealed kangaroo pouch in the middle. Looks cool. The hemming at the bottom with this thick hem at the bottom, you can tuck it in if you wanted to give it that crop feeling. The print on this is amazing. It has this raised fawn print with this other print that looks like it's fading away, and it says eternal, I am here, send me, revival 123, fear of God. Now this was called the revival drop, from my understanding, that if I remember correctly. I like this just for the simple fact that it has so much detail to it, and I ain't mad at it. The sleeves, like, you know, typical Rivington fashion, he put the RRR on the sleeve, very thick print. And some of these prints, keep in mind that they do crack. Please be mindful of that and do not complain about it, because these pieces, believe it or not, the more you wear them, the more you wash them, they look amazing. I can see them looking amazing as vintage pieces, what I'm trying to say. So for those who like keeping their pieces really clean without any cracks or anything, that's not what it's meant for. These pieces are meant to be worn and worn out and to look very vintage once they hit a certain age. Now, inside at the very top, you have that outside of the garden we shall all be clothed by RIVINGTON Roi Rebis tag, so it's stitched in. And then you have your sizing at the very bottom, like always, stitched in, and it says number 2. Again, I got my size 2, which is a medium, so this is a medium in the hoodie. There's also some different brandings now inside here. So once again, we have that a hoodie by Identity Trade for RIVINGTON Roi Rebis. And it says Identity Trade. It has the Care For tags as well. Dry clean only, do not bleach, do not wash, handmade in Los Angeles. And on this hoodie now, we have your RIVINGTON Roi Rebis Holy Club tag. Made in Los Angeles, USA. And it has, obviously, all the Care For tag inside here. 100% cotton. Actually, stop myself a little bit there. All these garments are 100% cotton, and I think they are the finest of cotton. I mean, this is just a video, but if you ever get a chance to feel these garments yourself, you'll realize how well premium these garments are. I don't care if someone tells me, but it costs this amount to make. I don't care. At the end of the day, I consider some of these garments to be part of high fashion. Rivington is a newer brand, but he's coming in with this high fashion mindset with these prices, but he's giving you better quality materials than a lot of these other high fashion houses are doing. I'm sorry to say it, but I'm gonna call a spade a spade. So yeah, going back to the label right here, it says 123. Every handmade garment carries a character of its own. Allow for the individuality of your piece to be a virtue, not a flaw. All color fades, rips, stretches, etc. are intentional. So like I said, these garments are probably mass produced but handmade, but they're all stitched in different ways. So sometimes your print may have a little bit more fade than my print, or you know, mine may have cracking, your may not, but that's part of the whole process, and I like that. I don't think bootleggers can bootleg that. In my opinion, they can try, but when something seems authentic like that, you know, you can tell that they'll have a hard time doing that, because bootleggers don't want to take the time in, you know, doing things by hand. They're trying to mass produce so they can sell it to you. So I think this is a one-up. You know, let me know how you feel about that. And then there's another tag right here, right underneath all the, you know, the Identity Trade and the RRR-123 tag, and it says medium. Well, it says M, so I'm assuming that's M for medium. Pretty much that's it for inside of the hoodie. And now when we go to the back of the hoodie, it says revival. Here I am, send me, 123, fear of God. Again, some more print on the back. Looks really, really cool. I get compliments on this hoodie as well. People are always intrigued and trying to find out what my hoodie means, what it says. Now, I know a lot of these Rivington Rivington pieces do have a lot of scriptures to them. A lot of people ask me like if I'm religious or not. You know, that's a different topic and I don't get into that, but again, I just find this very artistic and really nice that they have this on the garments, and I think it's really cool that, you know, he can implement this in his clothing, and I know a lot of people follow him and the label brand due to that. Nonetheless, very thick hoodie. I love it. I think this is worth the cop. I was able to get this. A homie of mine got this for me, and I appreciate you for getting it for me. Keep in mind that this only dropped, I believe, is on his Rivington site as well as Market website, and I believe they did a Soho House release. And part of that Soho House release, I'll show you in a bit what also came with it. Besides the long sleeve and the hoodie, they also came out with their first collaboration in joggers, in sweatpants. Now these sweatpants I love because they're loud as fuck, pardon my English, but if you just put on a plain tee with these sweats, they just go cool. Now, I don't know if Identity Trade had anything to do with the sweats. I don't think they do, because let me tap in real quick with the branding inside, or the labels inside. It does have that outside of the garden, we shall all be clothed by RIVINGTON Roi Rebis stitched on the back. And then it has the Care For tags right over here with this RIVINGTON Roi Rebis Holy Club big tag like the hoodie does as well. And that's pretty much it. I got this in a size 2. The back pocket does show the size 2 in it. Now, from my understanding and seeing previous pieces from Rivington, all his pants typically have the sizing on the back stitched in. You can tuck it in like that, or you can take it out, completely up to you. Now, it does have drawstrings in the front, very thick drawstrings. Again, this is 100% cotton, and it is very thick cotton. It's very roomy inside, believe it or not. I love it though, because I personally worn this, you know, outside, and it's kept me warm. I've yet to put it outside, maybe during the summertime, to see if it's anything like some essential sweats. Might be a little bit, but I feel like I'll be able to breathe in it regardless, because it is very roomy inside. The pockets, I will say, are a little bit of a bummer for me. I didn't like it because they are a bit shallow, so you know, things can just drop out of your pocket when you're sitting down and if you're getting up. That's the one thing I didn't like about that. Print, again, very thick print, raised print here. They do stack up at the bottom, but because they are hemmed or enclosed at the bottom, it's not a relaxed fit. At the back, it does have a print as well. It says in big letters here, I am, send me, Revival, and has that number 8 in what looks like a coral colorway. This goes really well with a lot of the pieces that Fear of God has been dropping lately. I wore this with the coral crew neck for the Essentials line. I actually plan to wear these with the coral slip-ons that also came out. I find that to be a crazy combination. I've worn this with a bunch of other pieces and just a plain t-shirt or a plain hoodie, and it's really cool. Very cozy, by the way. I definitely recommend getting this if you like it. If not, I mean, you don't have to. I believe there's still some pieces up on the Market website. I know resale, they might be going for a pretty penny, so you know, make sure you get your hands on it while you can. One thing I will say is that I did see that this collaboration had different items and pieces. Now, I don't know if they were for friends and family only, but I came across John Highness's Instagram account, and he's wearing these sweats in a, what, like, I believe it's like a charcoal gray, and they look amazing. Now, I don't know what club I have to be a part of to get my hands on those, but if anybody out there can get me a pair of those, please holla at me. I think they're really dope. I'm a fan of both brands right now, so please holla at me. Not only that, I seen Jerry Lorenzo wear the long sleeve in a baby blue color, and it said again, Revival RRR on the sleeves, but Jerry Lorenzo was the only one wearing that. There was another picture of his wife wearing a red, I don't know if it was a hoodie or a long sleeve, but that looked really awesome as well. So I don't know if any of those pieces will always see the light and day. Maybe they were just for friends and family, I don't know, but please let me be a friend and family of yours. I'm trying to get some of those pieces. Before I get to the next item, I forgot to mention that part of the drop, I believe at Soho House, they were giving out these bags too. I believe at Market the in-store drop, they gave out these bags. I don't know if when you order it online, if they also sent you a bag as well, but this is a very nice, you know, reusable bag whenever you go grocery shopping, or if you're gonna just, you know, you need a large bag to just carry things in. It looks like it's ripstop, very thick, to be honest. I like it. It has a thick print. Here it says MRKT, so market, and on the back it says RIVINGTON Roi Rebis 123, send me, and it has some more writing at the bottom right here. Now, one thing I will definitely say is that I remember being on Grailed, and when I seen pictures of RIVINGTON putting on the show or the sale at Soho House LA, I seen some hoodies that were laying around that said send me. Really, just black hoodies that said send me. Man, those were dope, but people were already selling them online for roughly around like $800 USD. I'm pretty sure they got them for free. I don't know, maybe they paid something for it, but I knew they were just sample pieces or part of the show pieces, you know, the aesthetics of the show that they put on at Soho House. I would like one of those hoodies. If anyone's out there, holla at me. I'm trying to make connections to get those hoodies as well. But this, nonetheless, pretty dope that they gave out these bags. Very, very sturdy. I could do a lot of groceries and fit a lot of groceries in here, believe it or not. So that was the third drop we just talked about, and now I'm gonna talk about the last drop or last collaboration that they did together, and it's this Fear of God RRR-123 merch for Dave Chappelle and the Chris Rock tour that they had. This piece right here is merch related, and going back to my theory about RIVINGTON by Fear of God or Fear of God by RIVINGTON, this is a Fear of God by RIVINGTON piece, for the simple fact that you could just tell in regards to the quality, the little aesthetics that were put in thought to this hoodie right here. Now, I call this the fourth drop or the fourth collection between RIVINGTON and Fear of God. With this drop came out two pieces only, a hoodie and as well as the crew neck. Sorry, pardon me, long sleeve. Now, this color is called Gamma, I believe. These pieces were very limited, by the way. I don't know exactly how many numbers. All I know is that I think for the hoodies, roughly it was between 300 to 400 pieces. Long sleeve might have been around the same thing or a little bit under. So they were very limited. So if you got your hands on these pieces, be happy you got your hands on these pieces, because trust me, not a lot of people are gonna have these pieces. I believe here in Toronto, at least, it's me and maybe one other person that I may know of that have this. Other than that, I can't, no one else has reached out to me or said, hey, I have the same hoodie, nothing like that. Now, compared to the other hoodies that were released, this one is a lot softer. I had a conversation with someone from the Fear of God community, and they said that this hoodie is very similar to the Light of the World crew neck in regards to weight. It is heavy compared to other pieces out there, but it's not as heavy like the other pieces that they've done collaborations with RIVINGTON. Now, this is terry cloth, but it's a different terry cloth. It's a softer terry cloth from what I noticed. Let's talk about the prints first. So in the front, you have the Fear of God print in orange, and then it says Rock 416 right there. It has the blue and the orange. The sleeves have that print, screen print of RRR down them. On the back, you have the Fear of God branding also, and it says Dave, so I'm assuming this is for Dave Chappelle. In the front, it was Rock for Chris Rock. And in the back, it also says, so have I become your enemy by telling you the truth? Very deep statement. I mean, we all know why they're saying that. I don't need to get into politics in regards to that. Now, when it comes to branding, again, Fear of God branding, that hoodie has that Fear of God leather tag on the hoodie. Reminds you of what was released during his 7th collection. Any 7th collection hoodie had this Fear of God leather tag on it. Another piece of branding inside, you have that outside of the garden, we shall all be clothed by RIVINGTON Roi Rebis stitched on. And then inside, you have that number 2, again, for the sizing, which is a medium, stitched on as well. And interesting enough, on this hoodie, it looks like they cut out the M tag, which is interesting. And just like the Light of the World crew long sleeve that I have, or the crew neck, you'll see that it says, it just has the 100% cotton made in the US, and it has a care for instructions. Now, I found this really interesting because I was like, wow, so wait a minute, is this not an identity trade hoodie made for RIVINGTON Roi Rebis? So I kind of reached out to Identity Trade to find out if this was actually identity trade hoodie made for them, and they confirmed with me that it is. So if you purchase this hoodie and you don't see that, and compare it to your previous hoodies like the Revival hoodie or the Witness hoodie, just know that this is identity trade hoodie as well. They just didn't add the label this time. I don't know if it was like a timing thing or if it was something that they forgot to do. I have no idea. But again, you could tell that this is an identity trade hoodie because of the concealed kangaroo pocket, like the Revival hoodie that and also the Witness hoodie. It's all similar. Now, I would definitely say that these hoodies, when you put them together, the garments would look like they fit differently, but they're all the same size. Just again, the cutting of them are different. You can definitely tell that they were handmade. The sewing is completely different than a few others, but nonetheless, they still fit the same. I'm a huge fan of all the pieces. This was the last drop that I got. Again, I was thinking about getting the long sleeve, but I said, why go for the long sleeve when you pay $100 more and just cop the hoodie? Very light, but yet heavy compared to other pieces. I like this piece. Out of not all of them, I really don't have a favorite, to be honest. So this was the 4th collaboration between Rivington and Jerry Lorenzo, and that pretty much is it for the collaboration. Now, I don't know if in the future they're gonna come out with some more pieces. I would definitely like to see what other things they are gonna collaborate on. Maybe perhaps shoes, maybe perhaps, I don't know, t-shirts, maybe perhaps some denims, because I know RIVINGTON Roi Rebis has a very interesting choice of style, especially with the things that he has dropped in regards to denims. I would like to see a collaboration like that. I'm very, very intrigued to see if this collaboration is going to continue going forward, if this is going to be the last one. All I know is that when I first copped that Light of the World long sleeve, that I needed to get the other pieces since Revival was coming out. I said, hey, let me try and get my hands on the first collection, because I knew I was able to get my hands on the 3rd collection, and then the last drop, which was a shock drop, I was luckily able to get it because I don't think a lot of people were a fan of the hoodie and the long sleeve. Maybe it was the color, I don't know what it was, but nonetheless, I had to get it because I wanted to have the whole collection between these two amazing, talented designers that I see putting a lot of work, and I've become a fan of RRR-123 label. Anyways, I hope this video was informative for you guys. I hope y'all enjoyed. Like I said, this was gonna be a long one. I try to give as much information as I could, but I also wanted to keep it short because as much as I could, for the simple fact that I could continue going on over and over again and give measurements and all that. But enough about that. We are gonna get into the dope part of the videos. You know your boy always has to come through and show you how he's styling these pieces, in case you're interested, or in case you're thinking, hey, I can't see myself wearing that. Chill for a moment. This part right here is gonna change that for you. So that being said, let's get into that. Bam. Yeah. I found my way, mission accomplished, I got enough, far from afraid. Can nothing haunt me, confident on my life is great. Can nothing stop me, don't count me out, ain't got no ways. Ain't stuff for nothing, I found my route, I found my way. Mission accomplished, I got enough, far from afraid. Can nothing haunt me, confident on my life is great. Can nothing stop me, don't count me out, ain't got no ways. Ain't stuff for nothing, I found my route, oh, yeah. Lapping all you hating hoes. I got the Wonderama amazing flow. I'm live and fresh wearing all these clothes. Get out my way or get ran over, ho. Trying to make my music come out, and in the process I lost dollars and emptied out my student account. In the beginning I knew I'd make back a useless amount, the kind of numbers you wouldn't count and put on a frown. But the plan is to move forward and never give up, evolve in every single moment and keep your head up. Learn my presence is in essence worth more than a buck. If you see me wanna be me, I know you're starstruck. I found my way, mission accomplished, I got got enough, I'm from afraid. Can nothing haunt me, confident on my life is great. Can nothing stop me, don't count me out, ain't got no ways. Ain't stop for nothing, I found my route, I found my way. Mission accomplished, I got enough, I'm from afraid. Can nothing haunt me, confident on my life is great. Can nothing stop me, don't count me out, ain't got no ways. Ain't stop for nothing, I found my route. Do you wanna make commas, earn high volume and live debt free? Do you wanna be Obama, make progress and be like he? Do you wanna drop the llamas, fuck the drama and be Jay-Z? Or do you wanna smoke ganja, be a freedom fighter like Bob Marley? Many different avenues and lanes to drive. Follow the heart and intuition and make up the mind. The perfect moment is now to make up lost time. Can't leave things until tomorrow if you're on your grind. These are the habits I empowered, I'm limitless by the hour. I'll face my fears as a man and 1,000 deaths as a coward. When it rains it pours, embracing painter to hot showers. Ask irrelevant questions, you can get pressed like Nathan Down. I found my way, mission accomplished, I got enough, I'm from afraid. Can nothing haunt me, confident on my life is great. Can nothing stop me, don't count me out, ain't got no ways. Ain't stuff for nothing, I found my route, I found my way. Mission accomplished, I got enough, I'm from afraid. Can nothing haunt me, confident on my life is great. Can nothing stop me, don't count me out, ain't got no ways. Ain't stop for nothing, I found my route. Oh. I found my way, I found my way. And that pretty much is it for this episode of Styles by Philly, a very special one for the Fear of God community as well as the Rivington community. You know, it's awesome to see these two powerhouses join forces to make these wonderful garments in regards to streetwear. And I say powerhouses because I believe Rivington deserves his flowers, you know, changing up the game a little bit in regards to how streetwear is looked at with these crazy prints, you know, but at the same time they look so nice just to wear. I don't think they're overbearing. Some people may find it, but you know what, I feel comfortable wearing them even when I'm outside and get compliments. Let me know in the comment box below how you guys feel about this collaborative union between Rivington and Fear of God. You know, let me know what your favorite pieces are, how you feel about the colorways, what would you like to see more of, which drop did you prefer, and do you want to see maybe perhaps more sweatpants, not just one like the third collection that dropped. Also, make sure you subscribe, like, and share. Tell a friend to tell a friend, and don't forget to check out your boy Fili's music Philly at SoundsbyFili. You know, new projects are on the way with some new singles, and make sure y'all check that out. And before I leave, I gotta give style of the day or the fit of the day to the homie JM right here. Homie's a very interactive person in the Fear of God community. I have great conversations with him, and because of him, I was able to get a few of my pieces regarding this collaboration. But if you look at that fit that he's wearing right there, he has that new Era Essentials moonstruck cap with that Fear of God gray scarf, as well as the Witness long sleeve from the first drop between RRR-123 and Fear of God, with some Union Essentials Blanc shorts, Adidas slides, and that Essentials backpack that I believe dropped maybe 2018, 2019. Don't know quite yet. But if your boy had all these pieces, you know I'd be rocking them just like that. With that being said, love, peace, and happiness. Peace. It's your boy again, Fili, back again. Again. Chill, bruv. How many times do I have to say again, dog? And that pretty much is it for this episode of Styles by Philly. You know, it's pretty interesting. Rivington label deserves the flowers that they... Rivington deserves his flowers, that's all I should say. I know, you know, but thinking of, bruv. Chill. Gosh. You're gonna put that in there and shit. Calm yourself.